the honors of the introduction of our very, very special guest speaker. Connor?
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. Yes, filling in for Jerry to get today. So we have the very esteemed Jacqui Flaherty-Ricchiuti, correct? Am I pronouncing that correctly? Okay, all right. And boy, oh boy, what a resume here. So I'm going to just go through some highlights from it. Jacqui's the executive director and CEO of Keep Akron Beautiful, and you were named to that role in December of 2014. Jacqui's responsible for raising over $800,000 annually to operate the agency and does so through extensive grant writing, amongst other efforts. Keep America Beautiful, Inc. awarded the agency second place recognition back in 2014 for comprehensive program excellence, and Akron's actually been a President's Circle Award winner annually since 2003. Jacqui's also a member of Sacred Heart Catholic Church. She's a trained court-appointed special advocate, guardian ad litem with Summit County Juvenile Court System, advocating for children. She serves the community in other ways as well. Boy, this puts me to shame. She's a marketing coordinator and 10-year volunteer for the Summit County Italian Council. Also volunteers for multiple events for, is it the Carabbiese Club? Am I pronouncing, how do you pronounce that? I'm not Italian. Okay. Well, I'm not even going to try that again here for the benefit of everyone else. All right, in North Hill, it's a nonprofit celebrating her family's Italian heritage. She's an alumni member of Leadership Akron class of 34, graduating in June of 2018. I know several other Leadership Akron folks in this room here. I'll let you guys duke it out as far as which class is the best class. She's the president of the Young Leaders Association for Keep Akron Beautiful. Jacqui's also a dedicated Junior League of Akron sustaining member. She's a graduate of Wadsworth High School. She received her Bachelor of Arts degree in Business and Organizational Communication and Public Relations from the University of Akron in 2011, and she was an Alpha Gamma Delta sorority member while at Akron. Jacqui and her husband Bruno both were born and raised in the Akron area. They currently live in West Akron, and they are the proud parents of two beautiful daughters, Juliana, who was born in June of 2018, and then your second daughter, Mia, correct, born in December of 2020. So Jacqui, thanks so much for being here. We're delighted to have you with us and look forward to hearing from you. Thanks so much.
I know what I'm doing, but the sharing?
The sharing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so hold on here. Well, it's up there right now. Okay. Hold on, unless,
well,
did Terry just do something, Brian?
Well, I have to pull a PowerPoint up.
Yeah.
So, okay,
so
do I do that first?
You
Share
can
screen?
click share screen and then go to your PowerPoint. Okay. And then share.
Oh.
And then if you want to just do the view show, is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Oh, there we go. Cool. Okay. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. It's nice to be here with you all. Sorry, I'm a little bit cold. That's why I have my jacket on. But actually, a fun fact about me, the first time I ever came to speak to Rotary was actually in Wadsworth. We had 3 different exchange students live with my family all throughout my late childhood. So I think I was 12 when we had our first one. And then when I was a senior in high school, we had our last one, who are all still kind of members of the family. We visited them in their hometowns a few different times. And so it was just a really great experience. So I always bring that up when I talk to Rotary because it always has a special place in my heart. But today I'm here to talk to you about Keep Akron Beautiful and what we do every day for the city of Akron. So our mission is to improve the quality of life through beautification and responsible environmental management. Is there a way to, you guys can see, well, I don't know how to move that bar. Oh, there we go. Okay. And we do that work every day through serving the residents, guests, and anyone who comes in and out of our great city. We have 3 pillars of the work that we do. So these fall under our mission: beautification, litter reduction, and community improvement. So I'll talk a little bit about the beautification arm of our programming. This is our Adopt-A-Site program, our Beautification Watch Awards program, and our Flowerscape program. I know many of you are Beautification Watch Awards volunteers and recipients of our awards program, where we recognize Akron's residents and businesses for having clean, neat, litter-free properties. Those certificates, like the one in the middle, go out every fall just to thank Akron's residents and businesses for keeping their properties neat, clean, and beautiful. So thank you for the work that you do with that program. Our Adopt-A-Site program is one that's all throughout the community. So we have about 74 locations all over the city of Akron that our Flowerscape director, Leah, works with to beautify public land. So that is all volunteer driven. We'll help if they have flower issues or soil issues, suggestions on different things with that. But then our Flowerscapes, on the other hand, are our urban gardens that we prep, plant, and maintain. So we have a crew that works on all of those gardens. Those are the gardens like you see downtown Akron, near the mayor's office, Lock 3, Lock 4. We have a really beautiful one on West Market Street at Alexander Park, with a fountain that's getting fixed and should be up and running for next season. So that's very exciting. But those are the differences in the two types of garden programs. Our litter reduction program encompasses our daily litter crews, Clean Up Akron Month, and our loaner receptacle program. So many people know us for the trash cans and recycling bins all over town at big events and things like that. Those are ours that people borrow so we can help contain the waste at large events in the community. And then we also have our litter reduction program. So we work every day with court-ordered community service workers to clean the entrance and exit ramps of the city, and then also complaint areas that people complain about if there's a tire dumping or dumping of trash. We're the organization that people call and tell us about that, and we clean it up. So many people are surprised to hear that many cities do that work, but we do that work for the city. So if you make a call into 311, that information gets routed to us. Since the pandemic started, we've had a lot of issues with our staffing of the court-ordered community service workers, something that I've been working on for like 2.5 years to get remediated. We used to have vans of people showing up every day to help us remove the trash in the city. And we were lucky if we saw maybe 1 or 2 people a week the last 2 years. So take, 6 to 12 people a day down to 1 or 2 people a week. We really kind of spotlighted what Akron's litter looked like in March of this year. There was an article that came out in the Beacon on St. Patrick's Day, really just saying, hey, Akron, we need your help. The litter in our city is bad, and it's not just our responsibility to clean it up, because if it is, there's literally 2 people doing the work, our 2 employees. And so Akron really responded. We had a very successful Clean Up Akron Month. I think that's my next slide. The dates are still on there from this year. They'll be very similar for next year for our 2 large cleanups that we hosted. But Clean Up Akron Month is a volunteer month and our largest month of the year. So I know many of you have also volunteered for this. You can choose locations all across the city, either a location in your neighborhood or a location that we give you, or you can come to one of our cleanups. So the Summit Lake cleanup, the Firestone Park neighborhood cleanup. We also had a cleanup in North Hill this year, where you can just show up and we give you a place to go clean, the map of the area we want you to clean, and other people are in other areas, and we just get a large cleanup done during that day. So Clean Up Akron Month was so successful this year, and we had people wanting to clean up all year long. We actually extended that program throughout the entire summer, and we had cleanups going on every weekend throughout the summer as well. For our community improvement pillar, this encompasses our trailer program. So we have 2 trailers, our Community Pride trailer that you see in the pictures there, and then a smaller trailer that we take to these cleanups called our Litter and Illegal Dump Cleanup trailer. Both of these programs are available to Akron's residents or businesses or volunteer groups to use on public property throughout the season. So these are open typically late March, early April, throughout November. And people can rent these, so there's no charge, but they just have to bring the materials back when they're done. So if anything gets stolen or like that while you have the trailer, you have to replace that. And then also our graffiti wipeout services. Our graffiti removal service is also another service that we offer the city, and we are the only organization that takes care of all this. So any graffiti removal on public property within the city of Akron, if you see that and you need to make a complaint about that, you can call KAB directly or make a 311 complaint, but we are the ones removing all of that graffiti. Now, if there's graffiti on a business, they can contract us to do the work for a fee, as it mentions here. So you can suggest that they call us to take care of that, but that's all on a case-by-case basis if they want us to do that. And then I left everybody an oops tag at your table just to kind of explain a little bit about our Recycle Right campaign. So this campaign has been going on in the city of Akron since 2019. And this is something that Keep Akron Beautiful has facilitated with city sanitation and the service department. So these oops tags, if you live in the city of Akron, are what you would see on your recycling cart if you have made a mistake with your recycling. In 2019, when we decided to start this program, our recycling in the city was at a 39% contamination rate, which at 40% waste management, our recycling hauler told us if we reached that we would no longer be able to recycle in the city of Akron because the contamination was just so high. So we contracted with a group called the Recycling Partnership, and we wrote some grants to the Ohio EPA, and they fully funded a 12-week boots on the ground, which we called Feet on the Street program, where people like in the picture here literally went from cart to cart in every neighborhood in the city of Akron and flipped the lid and checked the items inside. So we never touched anything inside of the cart, but if you had one of these items, we would tag your bin, put this tag on the outside of the bin, turn the cart around so the truck driver would see it hanging. We would refuse your recycling that day, and this kind of told you like what to remediate and what to change, and then we would pick it up the following week. So we had many, many people making lots of mistakes, and we've actually continued this program every single summer since then because we have so many residents in and out of our city and people who just don't know how to recycle the right way. So this has been very instrumental in helping. Our recycling contamination rate is 21% now, which is almost half, a huge reduction for us, and the lower we can get it, the better, because then those materials will actually be recycled. All of the contamination that happens, anything that is contaminated, we can't take those items and recycle them. They just go to the landfill anyway. But actually people like you and I are sifting through these items at the material recovery facility called a MRF. And when things fly out, they can hurt people. So we've seen things like needles or dead animals or just straight up trash that then goes down this conveyor belt and can like fly out at the people like you and I who are looking at these materials to be recycled. So it's very important that we keep our contamination rate low in the city, not just dollars and cents because it helps raise money for the city, but because it's good for the environment and for the next generation of environmental stewards, which we want to leave our community better for our children. The next program I wanted to talk a little bit about is a newer program for KAB, and we just spoke on this at our Keep Ohio Beautiful conference, and it's really exciting for us, and it's all in Akron's business districts. So I have a quote from our mayor about great streets. So great streets districts serve as hubs of business and social activity in our community. In the same way that we are investing in a vibrant, walkable Main Street to reinvigorate Akron's downtown, we are equally committed to investing in our mini downtowns so businesses districts can grow and thrive in neighborhoods across the city. So this is areas like Kenmore Boulevard, which you were discussing just a little bit ago. And I also have a quote from former Deputy Mayor James Hardy. When we asked Akron area consumers which factor would influence their decision to shop in one district or another, 94% of those surveyed indicated that a pleasing look and feel of buildings in their district would influence their decision to shop in one district over another. This tells us that funding opportunities for capital and facade improvements have the potential to positively impact not only the aesthetics of our neighborhoods, but the bottom lines of our businesses. So, we're talking about placemaking here. Great Streets has a variety of goals, increasing business development, community engagement, improving aesthetics, urban design, and public space, but also to promote safe neighborhoods. So Keep Akron Beautiful is involved in the Great Streets program going on in many of Akron's business districts, really just with our flowers. So there's a little bit of information here about the floral containers that were installed in the 13 neighborhood business districts. You may have seen them. We also installed a healing garden in Maple Valley and have done various cleanup projects. So this year we had 70 floral containers installed in 13 neighborhood business districts. We used medicinal and annual herbs added into that garden in Maple Valley, and we also had various cleanup projects. So here's some pictures of some of the work that we have done. Leah, our flowerscape director, it's her job to design, procure, and plant and install all of these floral containers all over. So here you can see they're really large pots. There's one here in front of our Shea Brewery down in Merriman Valley. We have many on Copley Road. We just installed, I think, 20 containers on South Arlington Street. And really what this work is doing is we're working with these local businesses. So the city has contracted us to install the container. And so we choose what goes inside. But just like this one in front of our Shea, our friends at our Shea are the ones who are watering the container and maintaining the container. So we're working very closely with the local business owners to make sure that it looks beautiful, but we want each business district to be inviting. And so each one tells a different story. All of the ones on South Arlington Street were installed this fall, so it was a really fall landscape there. And then many of these were installed in the summer. And as you can see, they all look a little bit different. Our goal is for them all to be the same, and we work really closely with the businesses, but it just depends on how much time they have to put into the pots as well. And then a little bit about the healing garden in Maple Valley. So in 2021, we partnered with the City of Akron and Great Streets to install this healing garden. There's a before and after photo there. And this is all medicinal herbs and flowers. And Great Streets worked with their local councilman to create and evaluate, do a survey just to see what sort of ailments the community was facing. And so then Leah worked very hard to install a garden with the right flowers that would help heal each ailment. We provided them with a list of plants, and we worked really closely with the community to talk about how to harvest it and how to help it heal. So elderberry, yarrow, echinacea, roses were all planted in the garden, along with annual herbs such as basil, rosemary, and thyme, which we overwinter, and we change up the colors. So we provide everyone with maintenance notes, and then this Great Streets Healing Garden, we are the ones who maintain that. It's been a lot of work for us and a new project for us over the last few years, but it's been really gratifying. We get lots of compliments from people who pass by, and the business owners really feel a sense of place and like their areas are taken care of too. So we don't want just downtown to thrive. We want every area of the community to thrive, and this really, the beautification really helps. That's all I have. If anybody has any questions about our programming, I'm happy to answer. I also did leave a donation card if you're interested in making a donation to our programming, and some of the gentlemen at my table told me that they were recently at our Green the Scene fundraiser, which takes place every fall. That will happen next year, the last week of August, so we'd love to have you out for that. And we also have a golf outing every spring, so we'd love any support that you're interested in providing, and there's always lots of volunteer opportunities too. So, questions, Katie?
Yeah, so I have a question and comment. First of all, about those big containers. I was literally at the corner of Talmadge and Main Street the other day by the Medium, Circle K, the Italian Center, and Dollar General. And I'm just sitting there, whatever, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, look at all these pots here. And I mean, I physically noticed how pretty they were and how they matched on each corner. And it just sort of jarred me awake. And I thought that was really nice to compliment.
Thank you.
But also, question real quick. Do you guys do anything with educating about litter? On a second note, I'm behind another car of town, and I literally watched a parent give their kid their bag of McDonald's trash to open up the window and throw out. And I'm like, who's still thinking that we do this? So I'm just wondering, is it something that is still worked on? Is it any attempt with that in the kindergarten level, even down that low about?
Yeah, we used to have an education specialist that did a lot of that, and then we were kind of not invited back into a lot of schools after the pandemic and other things. Clean Up Akron Month is April, and I think I spoke to like 46 classrooms though throughout Clean Up Akron Month about litter. We had a really big success story at the I Promise school. So I worked with the third graders there and gave them the challenge of the litter issue that we had the article about in the Beacon in March, and said, like, how can you help me address this? And they came up with lots of different ideas, and they took trash bags home, and every week did cleanups at home and did cleanups at school, and even to the point where our service director, who's my city boss, he's like, I didn't understand fully what you did until this little girl on our street would come down and clean every single day. And she said she learned it from Keep Akron Beautiful, and she didn't want to live in a trash can, some of my words. But how important it is. So yes, it is important. We'd love to be in any of the schools that will have us in. It seems like second and third grade is a really good year for them to get it and really want to be part of it, but the plan is to go back again in the spring to anyone who will have us.
Quick question. How many people don't recycle at all? And what do you do about that? I mean, can you decide, just put this on there recycling? Or
No, so we would prefer you to not recycle if you're not going to do it the right way. And we had lots of people drop out and then come back after they really understood. But it's an opt-in program in the city of Akron now. City residents used to get a credit on their bill to recycle. And that was when it was most challenging for us, because people wanted to recycle to get this $2.50 credit on their bill or say they recycled. But during COVID, that is something that City Council finally took away, which we had been asking them to do that for years, because if you want to recycle, you're not going to do it for a $2.50 credit. But most people want to recycle. I call it wish cycling. They wish something was recyclable. Even my husband, like, he's like, this garden hose has to be recyclable. It's plastic. I'm like, no, they don't accept it. You know, you want it to be, it's not, so they put it in there anyway. But after seeing a tag for 4 weeks in a row for different things, usually they're doing much better. And then we'll come back in the fall months. Early November, we did a week where we just like kind of surprised certain neighborhoods and came back through and tagged. And it's surprising that people are still doing as well as they are. There's always weeks where it's really bad. Thanksgiving week, Christmas week. Today is actually America Recycles Day nationally. So I definitely wanted to touch on this program today, but people want to do it the right way. They wish it was recyclable, so they throw it in there. But I think this is a good constant reminder.
Jackie, do recycling items change from time to time? I know
some cities recycle glass. Does Akron evaluate recycling industry, and could it ever swing where suddenly the city says, okay, now we want glass, you know?
That's a big goal of ours, is to bring glass back. The reason we don't have glass recycling right now is because we actually have to truck it across state lines to get it processed, and we just cannot afford it. And some of the people that say they're taking your glass and recycling it the right way, they're not really. So that's a big issue for me personally, because we found like certain places are not doing the right thing, and I'm not going to call anybody out about that. But so we'd love to bring it back. It's just a matter of cost for us right now. But yes, it does change, and everything fluctuates as to what it's worth. And for a lot of people, it's really about the bottom line. That's not what, you know, what we're doing. We're trying to educate people to do the right thing.
Two questions on that, Jackie. So the leverage, I live in a suburb, and Kimball, you know, does our neighborhood. So I think the city of Akron, could you have more leverage in an area where, you know, Kimball does all of Northeast Ohio? I mean, how can these cities get into it? So that's number one, can you get leverage? And then number two, with all the construction in downtown Akron, what really cool things, I haven't seen them, but like next year when we're driving down Main Street and they just spent $200 million, do they put a bunch of money in the budget to make things really beautiful and a lot of pots and hanging stuff, or what are you gonna be doing down there?
So we don't manage all of that. Downtown Akron Partnership does. We work closely with them to help them choose what goes into the pots and things in downtown. We do manage the in-ground displays, and we'd love more money. So if you have any friends at the city of Akron, that's our, to be honest, is one of our greatest challenges as an organization that's largest funder is the city. I just had multiple meetings about it yesterday, one when I was in the parking lot here today, about how to get the city to increase our contract so that we can increase the work that we do. So we're working very hard at that. But other than what's there and what we're maintaining, I can't tell you anything else about what else they're doing for downtown because I'm not involved. And your other question about leverage, yeah, we should have a lot of leverage because we have the most residents versus some of the suburbs, but again, all stuff that I'm really not privy to. Have the service director in to talk to him, he would be. And again, we are not part of the city, so we are not, my employees are not city employees. We're a 501c3 that cannot operate without the city, and we do have a great relationship with Mayor Dan and with the city of Akron. And we can't do any of the work that we do without them because everything is done on public property that we do, but we are not the city. So I have a board of directors that I report to, and then I have Chris Luddle, who's the service director. He's my city boss.
Can you speak a little bit about the relationship with, so Keep Akron Beautiful is its own nonprofit. Then there was something like Keep America Beautiful, or something to that. So is this a network of different organizations, and do they have to follow a certain protocol, or is it pretty loose, like a federation?
So yes, we are an affiliate of Keep America Beautiful, and there's about 700 affiliates across the country that do what we do in other communities, but it varies. So Keep Columbus Beautiful in Columbus, Ohio, is all of their employees are government employees. They are not their own 501c3, but Keep Cincinnati Beautiful is very similar to us, and they are their own 501c3. I feel like there's a lot more control for the residents and the nonprofit when they're not city employees, because there's not certain things that they're governed by, but either kind of flies within the Keep America Beautiful network. Keep America Beautiful is their own 501c3, and we're all affiliates, so we pay dues to them. And then there's certain things that we have to do or complete throughout the year. 25 hours of training, which we normally go to their national conference or sit on webinars. We have to have certain affiliations on our board of directors. that aligns with Keep America Beautiful. And then there's certain surveys and things that we have to do. So we do a litter index survey every year to judge the litter in our city and see where we are. That's a requirement, as long as also participating in their programs. So their major program is the Great American Cleanup, which we here in Akron call Clean Up Akron Month. And so in order to do that, all of our supplies come from Keep America Beautiful and Keep Ohio Beautiful. So everything that we can provide to the volunteers, like the trash bags, recycle bags, gloves, that comes from them. And all of the data is part of the National Great American Cleanup. Thank you.
Thank you, Jackie.
I left business cards, and I have more if people need them or want to contact us. You can also visit us on our website too.
This is for you, a thank you and a
thank you.
commemorative token from the 2022-23 Rotary year. Thanks, Jackie.
Could you also pick our?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Model lots of duties.
Okay. 22872.
Oh, Mr. Redmond, congratulations. Well done. A quick a note from Susan about our exchange. And Yara, it's nice to have you. If you don't know our exchange student, Yara, would you just stand up real quick so people can see this beautiful young woman? So this is our exchange student, so.
And we're thrilled to have Yara this year, and very grateful to Jacqui for reminding us how special Rotary is to have exchange students. And Yara is reminding us that all of your kids and grandkids and your neighbors' kids, etc., can have the same opportunity. But the deadline is for 2023-24 is this December 10th. So go to the Rotary 6630, Rotary6630.org, and go to the youth exchange, get online, and do some little research and make sure that all of the kids have a wonderful opportunity. I've spent a few days with Yara, some really quality time, and it's so much fun, and I hope you all have a chance to get to know Yara as well. Her English is wonderful, and she's so much fun to be with. So,
Thanks, Susan. Just as a reminder too, it's for students ages 15 through 18 and a half. And it's the Rotary Youth Exchange Foreign Study District Scholarship Program and the short-term exchange program called STEP. And please, as Susan said, Rotary District 6630, which is our Rotary District website, will have additional information and all the links. So again, if you have children or know of a child that might be interested, the ages are 15 through 18 and a half. So thanks, Susan and Yara. It's good to see you. Yes.
Linda, I forgot to mention, we have a new sponsor sign out in the hallway, and Cheryl graciously donated the printing of that sign. So thanks.
Great, thanks, Tom. So thank you so much. And don't forget, there's ballots out there for your voting, and then the Christmas list for our camp kiddos. Anything else that needs to be brought before our wonderful group here? If not, we'll see you next Tuesday, and we'll have the Boy Scouts here. So we'll look forward to